Good morning. This is the message of the day for June 9th, 2013. And the reading for today is from 1 Kings chapter 17. And it starts with Elijah went to Zarephath of Sidon, to the house of a widow. The son of the mistress of the house fell sick, and his sickness grew more severe until he stopped breathing. So she said to Elijah, "Why have you done this to me, O man of God? Have you come to me to call my attention to my guilt and to kill my son?" Elijah said to her, "Give me your son." Taking him from her lap, he carried the son to the upper room where he was staying and put him on the bed. Elijah called out to the Lord, "O Lord, my God, will you afflict even the widow with whom I am staying by killing her son?" Then he stretched himself out upon the child 3 times and called out to the Lord, "O Lord, my God, let the breath return to the body of this child." The Lord heard the prayer of Elijah. The life breath returned to the child's body, and he was revived. Taking the child, Elijah brought him down into the house from the upper room and gave him to his mother. Elijah said to her, "See, your son is alive." The woman replied to Elijah, "Now indeed, I know that you are a man of God. The word of the Lord comes truly from your mouth. Praise be to God." There's a couple of things going on with this. First of all, she addresses Elijah as "O man of God," and then down after he has brought the child back to life, she says, "Now indeed I know that you are a man of God." Why did she not know that before? Evidently she needed proof, like many of us need proof. And every now and then, even though we know something, our faith becomes a little dim, and we need it to be revived. And my God allows me to ask for revival of my faith through whether it's just a sign or just a feeling or a set of coincidences or whatever. But my God allows me to ask for this. And she asks whether or not Elijah has allowed her son to die in order to draw attention to her guilt. There's 2 things going on with that. There's a difference between shame and guilt. Shame is when I tell myself I am broken or I am a mistake, and guilt tells me I have made a mistake. And guilt is the Holy Spirit's way of correcting us by telling us that we have done something wrong. And she's asking whether or not the death of her son is a result of something she has done. I can understand why she would ask that question. Is she being punished by God taking her son? In my life, that has not been my experience. That in my life, God has not punished me in order to correct me. There have been times where it seemed as though I was being punished for some forgotten sin. But it's been my experience that's not the way that God has worked in my life. Perhaps your life has been different. Elijah takes the child upstairs, up to the upper room, and prays before God, prays to God, asking, "Are you going to afflict this widow by killing her son?" Evidently the answer was no. And so Elijah stretches out the 3 times and calls out to God. God hears the prayer and returns life to this child through Elijah. God hears prayers, God answers prayers. And through the revival of this child's life, This woman's faith was also revived, and I imagine that Elijah's faith was also revived. So what do we learn here? We learn to pray when it seems impossible for God to do something. He does it. And even a man of God as Elijah here can question God. Why have you done this, and what are you thinking? It allows us all to question God. My God's big enough to allow me to ask questions. This has been your message for the day. Have a blessed day.